प्रेम से कहना आज एक बार फिर टोरंटो के इस वेन्यू पर आप सबके बीच पहुंचकर यहाँ ये समागम रूप का आनंद लेने का अवसर मिल रहा है। और पिछले चंद दिन टोरंटो में आप सबका प्यार साथ मिला और जहां नॉर्थ अमेरिका की यात्रा की शुरुआत भी इस वर्ष लगभग 2 हफ्ते पहले टोरंटो से ही हुई और फिर हैलिफैक्स होते हुए यूएसए की तरफ एंड नाउ बैक टू Toronto, and as we all know, we'll be flying to London tonight itself. And with Sadhguru's grace, in the last 3 or 4 days, every day was filled with so much enthusiasm, energy, devotion. So many activities, a lot of table tennis, a lot of cricket as well. And while I was having my morning cup of coffee in the car, while on the way to the Samagam venue, the cricket went on for a little long last night that even my kurta needed a couple of sips. And here we are, sitting in the company of saints, in the presence of Her Holiness, understanding or diving in the depths of devotion, self-introspecting, trying to be mindful, trying to be aware of how we are living our lives. How are we walking on this path of devotion? How is my life reflecting the divine, reflecting the truth? Is it just my words that have learned the language of the saints that I sit amongst? Is it just the bodily actions, the body language that I have adapted? Or have I felt devotion, love, this truth personally? Is my bhakti, my devotion, just still on the surface, or I have started to dive deep? And this process of self-introspection, this analysis of the self, can only be done by me. Because my ego is so fragile, I am so fragile. For someone else to tell me where I'm lacking, what am I still missing, where am I going wrong? Am I getting too attached? Am I getting too detached? Am I truly understanding the message? Am I truly walking the path? And it's only the grace of the Sadhguru that helps me reflect through the divine words, through the divine love. Each and every message, each and every discourse comes as an opportunity for self-reflection, comes as an opportunity to be a little closer to Nirankar, to the truth, to love. And how we heard earlier during the Sangat that this human life is considered as the most precious of all because it offers us the opportunity to realize this ultimate truth, this one formless Nirankar, my true self. And hence, the importance of Sadhguru in a devotee's life, the reverence that a devotee has for his or her Sadhguru cannot be defined in words. Because Sadhguru bestows and fulfills the purpose of this human life for me. And after that, keeps holding my hand to help me walk this path. Holds my hand to ensure that I'm not derailing. And for some, that hand holding might come through words, for some through a glance, from some through another saint that I go to Sangat with. It can come in many forms, as long as I am aware, as long as I am connected, as long as I am able to receive that grace. So may Nirankar bless all that. May we all are receptive enough for this grace to experience it, to spot it, and to be grateful for it in every moment and always. This short 2-week visit to North America, got the opportunity to visit Halifax, then LA, then Indianapolis, then Ann Arbor, and Toronto. And while we had samagams in almost every city, apart from Indianapolis, because there a new center of oneness was inaugurated, we also got the opportunity to watch a World Cup match in LA. And we went to the stadium. The atmosphere was buzzing, it was amazing. The stadium was totally full. And US, the home team, was playing Turkey. And now, I am not a big follower of football, and it was probably the first match that I was ever watching. I've not even watched one on a television. But we went along, and the amazing atmosphere was there for to be seen, and the match started. And within first few minutes, the stadium erupted in unison and a goal was scored. And here I was sitting in my seat, still figuring out which team is wearing the blue jersey and which one is in the white one. And though in hindsight, I should have realized that when the stadium erupted in that one voice, it was the home team which scored the goal. So during that match, I was thoroughly enjoying myself. And the match went down till the wire, and the final winning goal was scored by Turkey probably in the last few seconds of the match. And now, when I was reflecting on my experience, I came to the stadium having absolutely no idea about the names of the players, absolutely having no history, personal history with the sport. I just came for the experience. When a goal was scored, it was a sight to see, it was a delight to watch players, athletes perform at such a high level. And because I don't play the sport, I was not aware of the nuances of the technicalities. So my involvement was pretty much for entertainment. And such an involvement can be mistaken for indifference, but my involvement wasn't indifferent. I was still watching the match, enjoying it. I would have been indifferent if I was spending that time probably on my phone or away from the match. I can describe my involvement with the match as totally detached because I had no idea of the name of the players. It took me first few minutes to figure out which team is in the blue, which team is in the white. I had no personal associations with the country that is playing, no personal history with the sport. So probably I was on the detached end of the spectrum. And then the spectators sitting around me, most of them were supporting the home team, and a few of them were supporting Turkey as well. Now then I compared my involvement with theirs. They probably followed the sport as well, so there were a lot of oohs and ahs when something nice was done, when an opportunity was missed, when someone probably showed exceptional skills or displayed exceptional skills. But because I didn't have the eye to spot those skills, it didn't really make a difference. I just knew that the entire purpose of the sport is that everyone has to score a goal. The nuances were not known to me. And then the spectators who were sitting supporting a team, either team, their involvement had much more emotions. They were more passionate. They were more attached. They were probably towards the attachment side of the spectrum. Very different from where I was standing. And probably some of them, if they were not happy with the result, probably had a bad night as well. Probably didn't eat their meals. Probably had a fit of rage. Whatever. It happens when we are attached to something. And then I compared their involvement with the players that were on the field, who were playing that match, who had trained all their lives to be there, who were facing the heat from the social media, their home crowds, were fighting their expectations from their own selves, fighting the pressures, and also fighting in that field to win over the opponent. And they were the ones who were truly attached to the outcome, because if someone was truly being affected by the outcome, it was the players. So their attachment was the most out of, if we divide it into three groups. Someone like me was just there, didn't matter who won, who lost. I got to enjoy a beautiful game of football, which was a delight. We went down till the last minute, and probably was so good that if given an opportunity, I would love to watch a game again. And then there were the other spectators that I mentioned who had their own likings, dislikings, attachments. And then there were the players, different forms or different points in the attachment spectrum, so to say. And now let's come to our own lives. It is impossible to lead this life, or rather foolish to lead this life by being totally detached from the point of view or from the spectrum that I was watching the match with. It is impossible. And what most of us do is, almost all of us, till we understand this truth, till we are bestowed with enlightenment, that we are living on the exact opposite end of the spectrum. We are totally attached. We are attached so much, just how the players were. We are attached to our relationships, we are attached to our jobs, we are attached to our achievements, and everything has a grip on us, has a hold on us. And when we try to break free from that attachment, we end up on the totally opposite end of the spectrum. We try to be totally detached. We hear about people leaving their household, running away from homes, living in isolation, trying to find peace somewhere. There's no distraction, there's nothing to be owned. We see people renouncing the world. We see people giving away everything. They think they'll find peace. But we need to understand that it is another display of an extreme way of living life. And when we are living on the extremes, whether on the attachment side of it or on the detachment side of it, it's just two different ends of the same coin. Just like a coin has heads and tails, this coin remains one. If I'm living completely attached or completely detached, they're both just the two sides of the same coin. Both ways are living life in ignorance. And then we read about how Lord Buddha talked about the middle path, the middle way. How we heard the words detached attachment from Baba Hardev Singh Ji. Anasakt asakti. Na anasakti, na asakti. Anasakt asakti. Neither detached nor attached. Detached attachment. And that is the art of living. That is the way of living. That this Brahm Gyan, this truth opens up for me. And then, what is a life like that? What is the life experiencing this detached attachment? How does it look? Let's go back to the FIFA match that we got to watch. An enlightened soul, an enlightened being will be living like those players, scoring the goals, defending the goalpost, saving the penalty kicks, strategizing like the manager, everything. And with the same passion to win, to achieve, to rise above his or her current position. But he'd be enlightened to a point that he won't be attached to the outcome. He'll be enlightened to a point where He knows that he's not what happens on the field. He's the one watching his own self from the stand, like the spectators, enjoying. जो बार बार सुनते हैं कि ये खेल चल रहा है, लीला चल रही है, अपना अपना किरदार सब निभा रहे हैं. We all are playing our parts. So like those players in the field, if my part is to score a goal, I would give my best to score that goal. My part is to defend the ball, I would give my best to defend the ball. If my part is to make the best decisions for the team like the manager or the coach does, I'll do it with the best of my abilities, but still be detached enough to feel like a spectator, to feel like that spectator. That's what the middle path is. The position from where I was watching the match, and probably the position from where those players were playing, right in the center. That's the middle path that the enlightened have attained and lived their lives with, walked the path. आज सुना साक्षी भाव के गुरु अष्टवक्र ने कहा कि इस साक्षी को देखकर खुद भी साक्षी हो जा. इसी साक्षी भाव की बात की जा रही है कि कैसे अपने जीवन में ही मैं देख रहा हूं कि मैं ये शरीर नहीं, मैं इस खेल का एक किरदार निभा रहा हूं, पर ये खेल है. अपने ही जीवन को साक्षी भाव से देख पाऊं क्योंकि वो साक्षी ही मैं हूं. इस बात का एहसास, ये ज्ञान, ये बोध, यही सदगुरु दिलाते हैं. Having the ability and the art of becoming the spectator and playing all at once. That's the middle path that the Sadgurus have shown. That's the middle path that saints have walked. It's not about running away. It's not about becoming indifferent. It's not about detaching. Because if we detach completely, we become burdens. It's walking the middle path. Serving while still not becoming the doers. Serving and becoming the spectator, watching. So may we all truly discover and walk the middle path. Live lives how we have heard about living life as detached attachment. Scoring those goals and still watching like that spectator who's just there for the entertainment, whose blood pressure is not going up or down because someone missed a penalty kick, someone couldn't defend the ball, someone's team got out. Playing with the passion that the players played and watching with the calmness which doesn't affect. That's the middle path, being that spectator and that player all at once. And may we all attain, truly attain the art of living life on this path, on this middle path. May detached attachment truly be realized, and it shall fill our lives with bliss. Saints say with love, Tanika ji.